the DOJ fails to find any evidence against Officer Darren Wilson. Eric Holder's Department of Justice has combed through all the evidence, listened to testimony from over 200 interviews, watched every bit of video footage available, and has finally reached the conclusion the rest of us reached back in August. Officer Darren Wilson did not commit any crime when he shot and killed robbery suspect Michael Brown in self-defense.
As I'm holding him, I see him coming back around with his left hand, and it comes in through the window and just a solid punch to the right side of my face. And I brought my gun up like that. And when I said, get back or I'm going to shoot you. And then his response, immediately, he grabbed the top of my gun. And when he grabbed it, he said, "You're too much of a to shoot me." And when he did that, he had twisted it and put it down into my hip. And while he's doing that, I can feel his hand trying to come over my hand and get inside the trigger guard and try and shoot me with my own gun.
That was Officer Wilson on ABC News with George Stephanopoulos describing how Michael Brown punched him and tried to grab his gun. Shortly after that, Brown charged the officer and was fatally shot in the head. Al Sharpton quickly responded to the incident and incited several nights of rioting in Ferguson where minority-owned businesses were destroyed. More rioting occurred when a grand jury cleared Officer Wilson of any wrongdoing. In response to the incident, Attorney General Eric Holder sent a small army of FBI agents to Ferguson to look for civil rights violations. And even though that fishing expedition continues, DOJ officials are busy preparing a report of their findings to submit to Eric Holder, who will be forced to close the case in the coming weeks. So I guess the rioters will be packing up and headed for Washington so they can protest the findings of the Department of Justice and burn that city to the ground. Thanks for listening, and be sure to catch the weekly Ray Warner Show and subscribe on iTunes or at theraywarnershow.com.